name's Philip O'Donnell, and my rank is Lieutenant Commander, U.S. Navy Reserve. The thing that I'll throw out right now that's different about, and people don't realize it, the Navy pilot, besides being in that black hole, blacker than black, he never sees the aircraft carrier he's landing on at night. That surprises people. You don't see the ship. You never even see the outline of a ship. So how do you do that, right? The Navy's figured it out. I'll tell you if you want to know. But it's critical. People don't understand that. People think the pilot sees the ship and will land on the ship. You never see the ship. You're in the black hole, landing in a black hole, and you never see a ship until you feel that hook grab the wire and yourself hurl forward and stop. Now you're home. So, does anybody care about how you land on a ship if you can't see it? Okay, you do it all on instruments. There are only 3 components of safely landing on a ship at night. From a pilot standpoint, that's airspeed, angle of attack, and lineup. And first of all, you have to be at the right speed, which is 3 or 4 knots above stall. Drop below that and you die. So you pay particular attention to that. The next thing is the angle of attack. What that is, that tells you where you are relative to the glide slope. You want to be on a 3-degree glide slope from the horizontal. You don't want to be coming down at 10 degrees. 3-degree glide slope, they use 4 degrees in the airline. 3-degree glide slope, and to determine that glide slope and help the pilot know if he's on that, they have what they call the meatball. And that is a optical landing aid. In my case, they put a light, they shined it on a mirror, and the light refracted at 3 degrees, and the pilot sees the refraction of there, and that lets him know that he's on the 3-degree glide slope. Because if you're too high and come down, you crash the landing gear on the airplane. If you're too low and come down, you hit the back end of the ship. So you got to be on that precise 3-degree glide slope. The only other thing you got to do besides airspeed, glide slope, and line up is you got to keep lined up with the landing area. That's more difficult than sound because your landing area is canted 10 degrees to the Fox Scorpion or the course of the ship. The angled deck is, so what you're constantly doing is on your lineup, you're constantly making adjustments to the right as the ship moves forward. But if you nail all 3 of those things, you'll find yourself in this black hole and grabbed by a tail hook at the end of that. So I did all 6 of those, and now I'm a night carrier qualified aviator, and I'm ready to head off to my first squadron.